It took me a lot to come out of my house too, you know, because I was always like in all the time. I focused, my main focus was on my children. I had 4 children. Sylvia's my oldest. And that's all I would do is work, like I'd go volunteer at the schools, you know, do things for them. But I always just stayed home and never did nothing, you know.
My previous boyfriend, he committed suicide. So I was going through a lot, and coming here had helped me find out who I really was too, like, because I was blaming myself for a lot of things.
2 years. I'm not one of the new ones. I think Ta'a's Circle has been for 3 years, so I joined a year after most people did, and I love it. And I love all the ladies there.
Well, I do programs for my children all the time, and the Ta'a Circle was a program for me and for my well-being.
Several years ago, Capilano University got funding from the Office of Literacy and Essential Skills to develop materials for communities to use as they supported people to look at their health and wellness issues, and especially around chronic disease self-management. I was fortunate enough in the community kitchen to meet Tammy, who invited me to come to the Ta'a Circle.
I thought to empower the women, you know, whether they be mums or grandmas. You know, I know in my experience I needed me time. So I thought, and that's what I put out on the flyer. I put me time, you know, a bunch of things that we would do in Circle. And hoping the curiosity would get them, because it would get me.
So every session had some key components. It had song and prayer, and it had some aspect of a teaching from an elder. It had some crafts, and then in the afternoon we started to look at health issues. We've developed some materials to support this. And so it's materials that look at what health and wellness is for First Nation communities, that incorporates traditional knowledge.
Good Creator, free her of all that trauma, all that grief and loss that's been holding her down. We all have that, Good Creator, and it's up to each and every one of us to let it go.
Know who you are and where you came from. You know, we came from strong ancestors of our Squamish Nation. And, you know, just the greetings, you know, they say our language is almost dying, and I don't believe that. You know, our women here are saying the greetings, and they know it when they hear it in other ceremonies.
Sylvia Queen Sna, Sutsetiwa Queen Kushaman, Tina Chintla, Chumulchison Okomilch, Anwanach Tin Squalowin Elch Tin Suqueto.
Anwanach Tin Squalowin Elch Tin Suqueto.
My first time saying that.
I'm not fluent in our language, but I'm a reader, and just from what I remember, words and greetings, even if it's 1 or 2 words that we share with our children, our grandchildren, that's going to keep our language alive.
Hot smile, Olivia. Hot smile, Olivia. Hot smile, Olivia. No manwa hot. Hot smile, mommy. Hot smile, mommy. Hot squire mommy, no cho manwa hat.
So ta'a is actually an older woman. Yeah, but we use it for mother as well, and you know, like our grandmothers long ago, you'd call her mother too, or mom, so ta'a.
Just coming here and like telling the story that I had and expressing how I was feeling, it helped me a lot, just because I was carrying so much, like I was holding on to a lot of stuff, and just talking about it kind of made me like relieved in a way.
With the prayer, the eagle feather talking circle, it gives them a chance to express what's inside of them. They can do it verbally or just inside, quietly to themselves, but it gives them that opportunity to express themselves.
And then when I started coming here, when they started passing the feather around, and the first few times I was like, no, I'd pass the feather, no, I don't want to talk. And then I found, like, listening to all the ladies, they were here to help, in any way they could. They surrounded you with the love and that, and so I was able to open up. And
Marie, she was shy. She's still a little bit shy, but she, when she believes in something, she's not afraid to stand up anymore. And I also encouraged her, as well as the other ladies, to come out of their comfort zones in the moment. So that was very empowering for them.
I also learned a lot about the issues facing women in our communities, and have a lot of admiration for the hard work that women are undertaking in order to support their families and to grow and help their families and communities move to a healthier place.
For myself, I'm actually doing pretty good. I was a little bit grumpy, as I was telling in the kitchen earlier, sad. It's Christmas time, and it's the time that I used to spend with my daughter, and we used to do all the shopping together and stuff, so some days I'm in the mood to go shopping and sometimes I'm not.
They were uncomfortable in it because they're coming out of a comfort zone, and they did it. I coached them through it, and after the session or after the circle, they would come up to me and say, I don't like it when you bring me out of my comfort zone. And I said, and that's okay to acknowledge, right? It is okay to acknowledge you don't like when I do that. And what my intention is to allow yourself to go there. And this is like practice at the circle. I'm hoping Marie doesn't mind this, but she's a Shaker Church member, which is one of our faiths, our religious faiths. And it's a prayer song that they sing. And I asked her to say the prayer, Shaker Church prayer, over the food one day, or for the opening circle.
I'm just like, what? And I could feel my whole body, just like shaking inside, and I was like starting to sweat, like, oh my God, and that. And then I'm standing right here beside you. You have no worries, I'll help you and that. And it just like, okay, I just closed my eyes and it all.
Oh my God, it was so powerful. And she felt so much better after. She said, I didn't like it, but once I get going, I'm okay. So yeah, that was one of the zones that she could be drawn out of. So yeah.
I've been weaving pretty much since I was just little. I take my kids out every year and I teach them how to pack it up, and they'd pack it out of the forest. You want it to fan out this way, so you want to hit it like this. See?
Yeah.
You want it to fan out like that. Can I turn it for you? There you go. Start at the very end. There you go. Right here. Just trying to keep our culture, our tradition, our traditional crafts, our traditional clothing. When I touch cedar or wool, when I start my weaving, it's just my whole world's calm. It's like instant calm, and all the chaos is not there. It's just relaxing.
The women's circle is where a lot of people saw me doing this. They just said that you should start teaching people, and then start making encouraging me to make my own business so I can survive on my own. Because I am recently separated, and so now I can start doing this for my income, for my family, to survive. Love going to different places. We learned different places. We learned how to making drums and stuff, which you'll see in a film somewhere.
One of the easy ways to bless a drum is to put at least a word into the drum. So when you have a chance, when we come around to you, you can put a word.
Raven skull, but kind of in the raven skull are these lines, and it kind of reminds me of their wings.
I could see mountains in the background. I could see what looked like rain falling on one side and snow on the other.
I learned on a number of different levels. First, the partnership is a really important partnership for us. We, I think, are learning a give and take between the First Nation and the university. It has been quite a gift in that, and I think then would be gifts to other communities. Things like learning to weave and learning the tradition of, if someone teaches you something, the first thing you make, you give away. And so I've been able now to share that with my family. And those kinds of skills, and probably even more importantly, the approach that First Nations people and in this case First Nation women take is very important to any healthy community, but particularly for First Nations.
Well, our people are ceremonial people. Like every step in your life, there's a ceremony for every step in your life. Like when you're born and when you reach puberty, when you get a name, when you get married, when you die. All the different things had ceremony, so they wore different regalias for different ceremonies. The animals were a symbol of power. The spiritual power within a person, or else a clan, you know. So depending on which clan you're born into, that's the symbol that you were associated with, whether it's like a raven or a bear a killer whale. You know. For them to be able to work on something like this is a boost for their self-esteem, their confidence, but it's stressing their spirit. It's to feed that spirit is to help you to give you confidence too, to make you whole as a human being.
One of the things that they expressed concern about is health and nutrition particularly, and how families come the end of the month often have a pretty bare fridge. So they said, can we, as part of this project, have a community kitchen at the end of the month? And so we started the process of developing menus, doing the shopping. The women do all of the cooking. We had lots of exploration about different things, like can we buy juice or should we buy water? And I think they came to the conclusion that water was a really good option. Similarly, around some of the food, these are the things we normally eat as families. What other things could we eat? And what is the right balance so that it can be fun and people recognize it, with pushing the boundaries and encouraging people to eat more healthfully.
The eating habits and that we, like, we're always buying fruits and vegetables and more yogurts, and and my family, my boys, they've changed their ways of eating too, and so it's changed us all a big time, eh?
Mm-hmm. They're making that choice for themselves to be healthy.
I've been able to drink more water because I'm type 2 diabetic, so it's helped me to just know the importance of water.
Okay, so here's my question. Is that enough thinking about all you guys who are trying to eat healthy food?
A veggie platter?
Yeah. A veggie platter as well?
Well, why don't you have some kind of fruit or something, because you guys got a lot of...
we got the dessert, yeah.
How do we make our dessert or fruit platter if we want to be healthy, right?
Fruit for dessert instead of some kind of...
I still like our yogurt, that worked really well.
We always have our yogurt.
I mixed that yogurt perfectly.
You did.
It was awesome. That's why I eat yogurt now. Yogurt parfait.
You want to have that again?
They wanted to get more physical exercise. And how could we do that as a group without necessarily going to the gym or having lots of equipment? So one of our partners in Mount Currie was doing a walking program with Nordic sticks. So we had a speaker come in and taught us all to use Nordic walking poles, and we bought some, and now several of the women regularly use them and find that it has made a big impact on their lives.
They call themselves the walkers, and they're still working hard at it today. They explained the benefits of the walking sticks, and knowing that's what they were doing by their choice. They did it as a group. They do little group things, and at that they raise their self-esteem.
Well, whatever happens here, our family of ladies, we bring it home, and we share and we teach our children, our grandchildren, and then it's just the ripple effect.
You will be not just doing the training, but you will have an opportunity to develop small projects. So we have money for, I think it's something like 6 small projects, where you will figure out what little project you could do that would benefit your community that would cost up to $500. So it could be a little community garden project, doing plants. It could be a family meal night. It could be teaching some crafts day. It could be anything that you want to. So you will work in small groups with up to 6 projects. And then Betsy and I will mentor you to complete those projects. And those will run together with some of the culturally based programs between now and the end of June. And at the end of June, you will get a certificate on this training program. together with some of our other community programs.
Okay, while that's going around, should we start talking about project planning? Okay, so I'd like you to talk to your group. What's the problem that you're addressing? Okay. How will things be different or better with your project? How will things be different as a result of your project? And then I also think it would be good to just say, who is your target group? So describe them. If it's homeless people, you know, are they men, women, you know, what about them kind of thing? Okay?
Your guys' project really warrants merit. It has merit. It's really good. And this is just in my opinion because it goes along with my gathering food and hunting and giving back to the community. And I'm interested in talking further about it and perhaps even funding it through our program.
Yay!
Once if you give me a topic, then I'll, I'm good to go if I know what I'm talking about. But if I'm put on the spot, then I get really bad anxiety. But I think the old me, I didn't know, what I wanted to do, and now I do know. Having my daughter, I don't just, look after myself, I have to look after her too. So it's pretty exciting. I'm excited, and coming here, it's helped me a lot too this year.
It's so much more dimensional now with the leadership mentorship program. So that's allowing them to even go further in their success, right? I'm so happy for them. Well, when I first began, I knew anything and everything was possible for our women, for our community. But, we start with a small core, and it just grows and grows, and the ripple effect, they go out to different places as the Ta'a Circle, and they do work.
My goal is to, have a career. I mean, I do have a career now, but I would like to go back to school and upgrade, on my early childhood education. It would give me a better opportunity at a better job for myself.
I see how they've grown spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Their strengths where they can, all of them can get up now in front of a crowd and do a presentation. They can all sing and drum, and it was their commitment to themselves to come to the circle for their own wellness, for their self-esteem, for their self-confidence.
It's almost like a second home. Like this is our family. Like I feel like we're all so close and we can all trust each other, and I just really look forward to coming on Wednesdays.
I come to the women's group for support, and I can trust everyone that I speak to here, and I feel safe. I feel safe, and we joke around and talk, and I feel like I could be myself here.
And with this program and the Ta'a Circle, it's really pushed me and really inspired me, and yes, you can do it, and I know I can do it, and that's my goal, is to finish this course and really apply myself.
So proud of you, Mom, for going through such a beautiful program. All of you ladies, thanking you for your dedication, thanking you for your strongest of feelings, your strongest of minds.
People learning about our experience in developing leadership and essential skills in health and wellness is that other communities would be able to do similar things. And we're really hoping that by reading our manual, by meeting some of the women involved, by hearing of some of the experiences, that it might inspire other communities to explore how they can do similar things, knowing that they will use their own traditions, their own history, their own crafts, their own issues, their own gifts, and take some of these ideas and make it their own.